girlfriend that I had in February of last year. Not confidential. I've got potential. You're rushing around. Hey, Luke here with another vlog. Well, it's been quite a few days. I think the last time I talked to everybody, well, talked to this anyway, it was on Wednesday, right? When I bought my new rock. I was talking about my new rock. Is it in my pocket? You know what? I think it is. Let me see. Is it? Hello, are you in there? Is there anybody out there? Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's not. Oh well. I don't need it when I walk the dog. Probably. The good luck that it brings. Um, Although I didn't have it on me the other day when I got into my crash. That's right. Crashed my car. Well, yeah, it was my car. Given to me by my father after my mother died. Was my mom's car. And won't be seeing that car no more. It's been totaled. And although I'm good, I'm still strong, still walking, can still hold my phone up with my one hand that's not my other hand. Everything's good. I'm good. And basically, I was driving to go fill out paperwork for my new job, and I'm going to a different location than I was going to be working at because the supervisor, manager, whatever, is at a different location, and he was going to have Friday off. So I wanted to get the paperwork running, so I said, all right, I'll drive up to this other area. It's about an hour away from my house, but that's okay. I don't mind. And then going for a long turn, I careened off of the street into a pole. Oh, hold on. Gotta pick up the dog stuff, Walking the dog here. Hey, what's up? 3 people watching. Hi. What are you doing up so early? Going to church? Yeah, right, you heathens. Good girl. Good girl. I was gonna encourage the lessers, right? That's one thing I got wrong about dealing with people online. Like, I can really troll the shit out of people, but you gotta encourage them a little bit too. You gotta give them a little bit of hope. I mean, what about me? No one wants to give me any hope. I just gotta build it myself, thanks. But yeah, so I got into an accident on Thursday, driving to the place where I was gonna fill out paperwork for my new job because I'm trying to be proactive and I'm trying to, put my best foot forward. And I slid off of the street into a pole, scratched the entire side of the car with the pole. Like scratched, I mean like scraped, smashed. Oh man, I haven't put the pictures out there like to the general public. I've sent them to like people I know, bandmates, and like my dad and like some friends and stuff, and they're just like, whoa dude, because the entire passenger side of the car is just, you can see, pushed in, scratched up all the way down. And then there's also part of the pole that I hit lodged in between the front panel and my door, the passenger door. Big chunk of wood, and then when that happened, the whole car turned 90 degrees, and the driver's side slammed into the next pole, and the car came to a stop very quickly. And I went, oh my God, what the hell just happened? I'm alive. Good. That's good. My arm's cut, but that's okay. It's not that bad. It's merely a flesh wound. And it was. One of the cuts is a little bit deep on the arm, but that's okay. I think when the airbag went off, the part that pops out for the airbag to release sheared skin off of my arm. So, I was safely delivered into the ditch right in front of the second pole that I hit. Yeah. And like I said, the cops, they're always like, were you looking at your phone? Were you doing this? Were you distracted? Did you pass out? And I'm like, no, dude, I was just driving. I think I skidded on the sand, dude. I think, I was at the end of a turn. Anyway, and when I crashed, coming out of a turn and go in the part where it's straight, where it's very, if you just think about it and look at the scene, which I went back to the scene of the accident, and I did take a bunch of pictures and video before they could get this street sweeper to come down. And believe you me, on the day after my crash, after I signed the title over to the junk guy who towed it, that way we didn't have to pay anything, which was nice. Kind of worked out. In a way, good thing we owned the car, because we didn't have any. We kind of reduced our insurance recently, so it was kind of like, oh no, we're not going to get paid out. But you know what? I'm alive. The car's totaled. Whatever. Honestly, the car was probably going to need a little bit of work done on it to really get the inspection sticker done. So now we can just spend that money on a new car. Oh well. The thing is I've been told that whoever owns the telephone pole might try to come after us. Eversource, screw you. But I'm telling you, there was so much sand on the street that I slid off of, careened off of, whatever, that to me it's an open shut case. I took a lot of pictures, a lot of video. I'm going to edit it all into a nice long video. And actually, this is a problem in certain towns. The interesting thing is, as I drove away from the scene and I was still in the same town, I kept whipping my phone out and taking more and more video. Oh, hold on. We have to stop for this comment that came in. Mini Jim. My gym teacher in junior high school had crazy jugs. That's cool. Was she a lesbian though? Because big jugs on a lesbian, it's like a waste. It's like, oh, great, cool. Like, no dudes are gonna touch them. The fuck? I mean, I guess the lesbians like jugs too, right? Some of them, I guess. Thanks, Mini Jim. So yeah, I took all this video of this particular town, and I'll tell you which town it was. It's Pembroke, Massachusetts. And wait, was it Pembroke? No. I can't even remember right now. Oh, my memory's going. Who's this? Sukana E3R. Hi. It looks like there's also some sort of character before that, like a Japanese character or Chinese. Hi. Oh, you're watching me because I look at Chinese. That's cool. Yeah. I look it. Yes. Keep watching. So, when someone does contact me and try to come after me about destroying the pole on the street, the telephone pole, there was a giant chunk taken out of the bottom of it, and most of it was lodged in my car. Well, anyway, so I crash, and the doors wouldn't unlock all the way. Every time I went to go unlock them, they would just lock automatically again. So I opened up the sunroof. I did have to shut the car off. The car didn't it was still running when I rolled into the ditch after hitting the second pole. And I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess I tried to back up. And they told me later, yeah, your suspension's all snapped in the back. Well, after when you went out in the ditch, everything just smashed. I'm like, oh, I guess I wouldn't have been able to back out. Oh, Mini Jim, cheers for the shout out. Thanks for the quality content and positivity. I enjoy watching your stream while taking my morning dump. Well, hopefully I can help you stay regular. I mean, there's all different sorts of help in this world, and if I can be a help that way, I mean, I know how it is. Some people have trouble, and maybe my blathering and banter can help the poop come out, because you're hearing the poop come out of my mouth, right? ran out of breath on that one. So, next, I actually got into the back of an ambulance. They recommended I go to the hospital, but I really wasn't hurt. The airbag deployed. I had my seatbelt on. Really, I was going a normal speed. I think the street was 40. I was going about 40. And really, the car took all the damage. Thanks, car. Thanks, Mom, I guess. If you believe in spirits and guardian angels and things, it's possible. But it could also be possible that I had a couple of my rocks with me, my stones. I know, it makes me sound crazy, but I did not have my new one with me, though. Which I'm wondering, if I did, maybe I wouldn't have even gotten to the accident. But the thing about that car getting totaled, the fact that it was my mom's, and for a while after she passed and I have her car, I couldn't even drive it. It's just weird to get in it. Like, it just made me sad. It was like, great, I have a car that's mine, but I can't drive it because it makes me sad. But after a while, I was okay with it because it's better on gas than the other car we have. So, all right, suck it up. Just do it. And you know what? One thing that was pissing me off, I thought about the day after the crash. When I went to go clear the car out and take all this stuff out, I turned to the guy and I'm like, I just put gas in this like the other day. There's a lot of gas in it. You probably, you could probably siphon it out. And he was like, meh. I'm like, dude, give me a straw. I'll fucking do it right now. What the fuck? So yeah, getting into a crash like that, where you see like, wow, the damage and just the situation could have been way worse for me. I didn't get that hurt. Like I said, I got a shear spot on my arm. I still have a bandage. It might be bleeding through slightly. Oh, it's on my arm. Hold on. See that? Yeah. Right there. There's two spots where I got a real big shaving. I got a deep shaving upon my arm. And, my shoulder, my trapezius muscle, the muscle that meets the shoulder and the neck, it's a little bit sore, but that's just from hitting the airbag. So, yeah, here I am. Again, this reminds me of the job thing, where I get a job, I start looking for a job, and 3 weeks later, I have an offer, and I accept it, and I'm gonna go get my job. Some people can do crazy stuff, try a stunt, maybe jumping out of a tree, or various other things. Some people ride on like a hoverboard type thing, and they fall off and they hit themselves and they almost break their neck. And some people break their backs when they jump out of trees, when they're drinking. Good thing I wasn't drinking or anything. I had no weed in me. I had no drink. Maybe I had some caffeine, like always, but no nicotine or that. So I get in this car accident, which could have been very terrible and left me either paralyzed or turned me into some sort of moron. But it didn't. Nope. I just slid down a pole, hit another pole, went, okay, I guess I'm all right. And hopefully in the police report they say sand. Oh, I gotta check my email. Maybe the police report is done. Probably not. It's Sunday. The thing is, I called on Friday because this accident happened on Thursday afternoon, around noon. And they're like, oh, fill out eventually, I didn't go to the hospital, so no one had to pick me up at the hospital. They had to pick me up at the police station because the cop gave me a ride. Interesting riding in a cop car so many years later without handcuffs on. That's a story for another time. Oh, Benedict's family, M7K, said, hi. Well, hi. Benedict's family. It brings up a negative connotation, Benedict Arnold and all. But I know you're not you're not who your family was back then or whatever. But come here. Yeah, we'll walk over here so she can keep running. All right. So yeah, I mean, something that could have ended up. Hi. Oh, yeah, she is. She is. She just wants to say hi. That's Kiki. Hi. Yeah. You nice? You nice? You're happy now, huh? So, yeah. Getting in an accident like that. Oh yeah, the weird thing about that car getting messed up because it was my dead mom's car. It's a weird closure. Sort of like, okay. I mean, I've moved on, already in a lot of ways, but now it's like, oh, even that, even that's moving. One of my sons was like, oh, but now we don't have a piece of Nana. I was like, that's not the piece of Nana. We are, our DNA and blah 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 blah. It's true. Um, yeah, I wasn't too sad about it because now we can get a sport utility vehicle or something along those lines. Which, when you're driving around in a van, I'd rather be showing up in a sport utility vehicle than a minivan. You know what I mean? It's a lot cooler. Even though we're old dudes, older dudes, you show up in a minivan, it's like, oh, you're a rock band, huh? You're pulling your stuff out of a minivan. Like, what? Yeah, you'll see. We'll get on stage. You'll see. Motherfucker. Now we'll get some cheap beater that runs for a while, and I'll deck it out with like all the stickers I want. And Beefy Home Style 8872 says, hi. So yeah, it's the closure, getting rid of that car, and like I said, it's probably gonna need a little bit of work. Haha. Now we skip out on that. Throw it in the fucking junk pile. It had good tires too. That's the only thing. I'm like, dude, I should. Oh, well, two of the tires blew out on the side that slid and smashed on the pole. So the other two were perfectly fine though. But you can see in the pictures I took, the treads are amazing on those cars, all those tires. We only replaced it like what 9-10 months ago. So, and that's not the main car we drive because it can't fit everybody in it. So I'm like, dude. I kind of feeling that if we offered the junk guy the signing over the title, even though they said, yeah, we usually don't do that, but the boss must have been like, well, we might actually be able to make a little bit of money on this. That's fine. Go ahead. You made $200 or whatever the fuck. I don't care. Actually, well, they had to whatever for the tow, but they don't have to pay for their own tow and they don't have to pay for their own storage fee. So yeah, they probably made $400 or $500 keeping the car. That's fine. You can keep that. What? Stop doing drugs, please. I did. Emil Rotter 5835. I did. This is me not on drugs, right? So, see, that's the thing. In a weird way, like I did drugs, and I used to say this on podcasts, and I wasn't joking. Like you'd think I was bragging or I was trying to be hyperbolic about things. I say, what you all don't understand is I have to smoke weed in order to actually talk to the rest of you like normal. I have to think as slow as most of you. I need to smoke the weed because without it, I'm a jackrabbit. I'm like a rabbit. I'm bing bong bong bing bring bong 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 bang. Whoa, wow, wait, whoa, whoa, what's this? What's that? Like, yesterday, what did we do? Last night, kids went to bed. We finished watching the episode of Survivor from last week, so we're not up on this week. Don't know spoilers. I'm not gonna read any more chats now because you're gonna spoil it. And then I was folding a bunch of clothes, put them on the bed, and then I'm like, oh well, I guess it's time to. Hold on a second. I have to check something. It's time to. I laid down on the couch. That's what it was. The episode was over. I had folded the clothes. The wife had rolled over and started falling asleep. And for some reason, I was like, I am a little fatigued. I'm gonna lay on the couch. I lay down. Wake up 3 hours later, boom, like wide awake. It's 2 a.m. I'm like, wow, I feel I feel good. We had some like Chinese food, frozen Chinese food that we got from Aldi. But I tell you, some of that food is really amazing if you prepare it right. And then I went to the basement and I spent 4 hours cleaning it because I had energy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna have my job for a little while, and I need to build up some stamina for working an 8-hour shift or a 10-hour shift. So, I guess I'll just go down to the basement. And I did. And I had this idea for something I wanted to do in the other half of the basement that isn't my studio, or the podcast studio, music studio, and the workshop, like with all the tools and stuff. I was like, man, maybe we could do like a little theater area down there that's big enough. If I clear it out and we bring some of the chairs that are randomly hanging around the house that we don't know what to do with anymore because we got other furniture and now they don't fit where we had them originally. And then we put like, some of the old like kids mattresses on the floor, because I have a bunch of like these like crib mattresses where crib mattresses and little kid bed mattresses are almost exactly the same. So, and we just did, once we bought a new bed, we just kind of kept the mattresses. So I have all these little ones sticking around. I'm like, dude, I can put them on the floor, build a frame around it so that they don't move. And that can be a nice big bedded area where people can just lay down and watch the movie on the projector screen that I'm going to set up down there too. I'm like, dude, this is going to be really cool. And so when I have a really cool idea that I really enjoy, it's like I have an extra wind. I just... my sails unfurl and I'm just going. Oh, I didn't even shut the lights off down here. Hold on, I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm at the house now, and you know what that means. It's time to stop. So have a good one. Have a great day. I probably will. And watch out for the sand on the roads. It's really important that if you see sand on the road when you're driving, that you don't go over the line too much, because sometimes these towns, they don't clean up the sand from the winter, and it's really dangerous. Believe me, I know, because I almost died from sand. Seriously.